On May 27th, Regis Korninsky-Paquette was pushed off her balcony and murdered by the Toronto police. We will not stay silent on this tragic injustice. We are demanding a full SIU investigation taking place. We, however, know that over 90% of cases investigated by the SIU are cleared, and so we will mourn the loss of Regis and demand transformative justice. The Black and Indigenous community are the most unprotected and disrespected communities in Canada. Through community protests, we can raise awareness and demand justice for the lives that have been taken unjustly and for the lives that can be put in harm's way because of their skin color.
Yes!
Through action, we can create solidarity to condemn violence in our communities and demand a real change. Today, we are joining forces across Toronto, the GTA, Canada, and Turtle Island to say, not another black light.
Another black
We say, not another black life in response to the murders of Regis, DeAndre, Dwayne, Andrew, Michael, Jermaine, O'Brien, Junior Manon, all at the hands of the Toronto police. We say not another black life for Defonte, Houdini, and Samuel. We say not another black life for our brothers and sisters across the border, George Floyd, Ahmaud, Tatiana, Alton, Ayana, and Trayvon, and countless others. You are not forgotten, and we will not forget. We march to grieve, we march to mourn, and we march for justice.
These pieces of my identity were out of my control, but are still privileges I can be aware of and utilize to make space for the people who are not born with the same privilege and experience consistent violence because they identify as trans or disabled. I can listen and I can help by ensuring their voices are amplified and their experiences are validated, not silenced. Now, if you are white or a person of color, you have the privilege of not being black. If you are both a man and white, then you have the privilege of not being black or a woman. You hold a mass amount of power. Whether you ask for it or not, the systems we live in put you at the top. Do you understand? So I ask you, what are you going to do with this power and privilege? How will you empathize with others who have multiple intersections of oppression, like being trans, black, and queer, or being a woman, disabled, and indigenous? How are you willing to show up for people who do not look like you? How are you going to use your voice in solidarity and allyship that is not performative? Privilege in itself isn't the evil I'm addressing. It is how white police, white men, and white people in authority choose to abuse their power and privilege that make it evil and make them evil.
We are on stolen indigenous land, and an Afro-Indigenous woman lost her hands for the carelessness of the police. How dare you? Canadians are not the exception. Canada is racist.
The Canadian government has blood on their hands. The Canadian police have blood on their hands. Black mental health fucking matters.
Black and indigenous lives fucking matter.
Programming, I guess you could say, at Bamblor, and then we might continue the march to Queen's Park, but we're...
I just know my mom will rest.
Excuse me? Can you? Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
escalate, spread love, not hate.
Walking backwards, right?
The whole damn system got to go.
Please say her name. Regis! Say her name, so say it for her. Regis! A week ago, as I mentioned before, for those of you that were with us at Queen's Park, we kneeled inside. Say her name. Regis! Black lives matter! 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 We are frustrated and tired. Tired of discrimination, tired of police brutality, tired of the unfair treatment at-risk communities get from the government. Can we add that in there? Where did it stem from? Our ancestors did not go through what they went through for us to be here in 2020. Our ancestors did not go through what they went through for us to be here in 2020.
That's right.
They were beaten, they were lynched by the police force.
Yes.
And in 2020,
Same shit. Same
where
shit.
people can run, black people can run for office, where we can have the jobs we once were not